There are basically three classes of animals: farm animals, work animals, and pets. There is obviously a big difference between them. The relationship between the farmer and his animals is based on economics. These animals are the farmer's livelihood. The relationship between pet owners and their animals is based on love. That difference doesn't matter at all to me. I treat all animals with the same concern. I love animals, believe me. I don't remember a day of my life that I haven't loved animals. My whole family has always been comfortable with all kinds of animals. My mother used to tell us a story about her grandfather, who was said to be able to hypnotize animals. In his town in the Netherlands, there was a butcher who had a big, mean German Shepherd St. Bernard cross. My great-grandfather and the butcher met on the road, and the butcher warned him, "Watch out, he's a mean dog." "No, he's not," my great-grandfather said. "Oh, yeah? Well, this dog will take you." "Then go ahead and turn him loose," my great-grandfather challenged him. The butcher released the dog from his leash. My great-grandfather and that dog looked at each other. Neither one of them moved. Then the dog sat down. My great-grandfather took a step forward. The dog moved backward. And that dog was never very much of a guard dog after that. Many people who have watched our show on the Nat Geo Wild channel know that I grew up on my father's 40-acre dairy farm in the Nazi-occupied Netherlands during World War II. We lived way out in the country, in an area that was called Wateren, and we had no electricity or running water. Wateren wasn't even a town. It was just a road with some houses on it. It was so far from everybody else that the daily newspaper came to our house a day late. It had to be delivered by the mail carrier. My dad hated that because he wanted to be on top of the news, but there was nothing we could do about it. We didn't even have a radio until 1950. We lived in a big house, big enough for our whole family and all our livestock to be under one roof. All the livestock, except the pigs. Many farmhouses in that region were built that way. There was a hallway that led directly from our living area into the cow stable. So, if you had to check on a cow at night, you didn't have to get dressed. You just put on your slippers and walked into the barn. We didn't have indoor plumbing, so we used to take our baths in one of the big wooden tubs in the stable behind the cows, because that was always the warmest place in the house. The cows kept it warm. Behind the cow barn was the big area where we stored the hay and wheat, as well as the farm machinery in the winter, and a stable for our 3 horses. All of this was under one big roof. Outside was the little shed for the pigs. We couldn't keep them inside because they smelled too bad. When you grow up living with animals, you learn how to respect them.